And then the music dies.
Sick.
Let's before we get into some news, let's talk about what we've been playing. Al, what you been playing?
Monster Bonker. I mean, Monster Hunter.
Monster Bonker. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you like about Monster Bonker?
Bonking the monsters.
Bonking the monsters? Yeah, me too. I have been playing Monster Hunter as well, and I've been really enjoying it. The game is janky. You've been taught. You said you haven't really had any problems with video or graphics issues. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm I'm I I'm having to do all sorts of tips and tricks to get mine to
That's
work
weird.
properly.
Yeah,
So
I haven't had any problems at all.
um, I will say I'm still having a good time with it, honestly. So I'm not going to complain. Uh, I've been playing bow so much, and I never thought I would be one of like because I was a sword and shield main and a heavy bowgun main for so long, and like gun lance for a while, and I was like, I'm never going to be on bow. But every time I play something new, I'm like, ah, oh, this is so good. But then I go back to bow, and bow's better. So
I've been playing Insect Glide and Sword and Shield. I'm debating putting together a Lance.
yeah, lance seems cool with all the perfect guard stuff you can do and how easy that is to pull off now. It looks very good. Other than that, you been playing anything else?
No, not particularly.
I
I mean,
know.
I don't really have anything else that I would. I mean, the only other game we were playing on and off was Helldivers, but we kind of fell off that because it's just kind of very repetitive.
Yeah, and I know they dropped an update, and I saw some of the stuff, and it looked pretty cool. And but I've got like 400 hours into that game, and I'm not saying I'm never going to play again or anything. I really do want to
No,
play
not at
again.
all. Like I think once they add like the more vehicles to it, I'll go back in.
I'll probably even go back
I'll
before
add.
that.
Eh.
Eh.
Now that they're getting kind of the content's getting kind of stale in my opinion. Guess it's just the same. Obviously, we were excited about the new faction, but now the Illuminate are still the same. What 3 or 4 units,
Yeah.
and that got old and yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of in the same boat. I really like the way the guns and the shooting in that game feels. It feels really cool and tactical, but I will say,
No, don't get me wrong. It's a
yeah,
great like team like shooter game, but it's just gotten boring.
yeah. We've kind of done
Is
it
what it boils
all.
down
We
to.
and we were playing hard. We were playing like
Yeah,
2 3 hours a night, 5
yeah,
nights a week for like months.
yeah.
So, um, and don't get me wrong. If they put out a big major update, I would love to do that again. I don't know what they have still in their
They
in
need
the
to
yeah.
they need to put out the tank. They need to put out the bigger Jeep.
They need to put out the exosuit that has the melee arm and the flamethrower
Yeah,
because I love the exosuit. They did such a good job on the exosuit. Um, I love using the exosuit. So put that in and I will play again. I will give you another of my 20 hard-earned American adult dollar. But yeah, I saw you guys were playing that. I was at work. I was like, man, I would have played if I was at home. Like, I'm in the mood for it. I know one of my
playing
good
what?
Helldivers.
When?
This was this week. You guys were playing, weren't you?
No, that was Vath and what's his name?
Oh, I thought I saw you playing one. Anyways,
Nope.
um,
I was playing if you saw me online, it was probably with Taylor and the Mark playing
Monster Bonker.
Monster Hunter. Yep.
Nice. Very cool. I've also been playing Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I had started this game a month or two ago, whatever, when it came out, and I was like, "Wow, this is really good." And then I fell off. I think I just started playing a bunch of Helldivers, and now that I've kind of fallen off Helldivers, I'm like, I should go back and play some of that Indiana Jones. There was something going on there. It seemed good, and I put like Like 3 days in a row, I played like 4 hours straight each day. I was just like, man, this game's good. Like they got a good balance. Like so, it's if you played like Wolfenstein, um,
Mhm.
the new ones, the Bethesda ones, it's based on that engine, and so the stealth in it is like very simple, very forgiving, which is good because I'm terrible at stealth in video games. But they did a really good job with it in that game, and they give you there's like a good balance of like your disguise. So if you're in the Indiana Jones outfit disguise, you get your pistol, but the pistol you can only have like 6 rounds in it and then 6 rounds to reload. You can get some perks for it later, kind of thing. But it's just like you can't just go in there and shoot everybody and like punch everybody to death, even though that is what I
Yeah.
am 100% doing in the game because I'm that bad at stealth. But it's really fun because there's such a good balance of like, okay, I can go in there and shoot everybody and then punch whoever's left, and so the puzzles have been really good. And my housemate said it really well. He said if it had been an Indiana Jones movie, it would have been the best one. And I
Mm.
agree. It feels good. Every part of it feels good. What's his face? Who is pretending to be Harrison Ford? He did a pretty good job. Even Harrison Ford told him that at the Game Awards, like, "Hey, you did a good job, Penitent Man." So I highly recommend it, actually, and it sounds like it's getting announced and released on PlayStation very soon. I personally like the initiative for Microsoft to be releasing these games wider. I would have, if this had been an Xbox exclusive, I would have never played it, because it
Right.
had because it released on PC day and date. I was like, yep, I'm gonna try that for sure. Like I love Indiana Jones. I love those movies. I even love the bad ones. I'll play this, and I'm not disappointed. Every part of that game is very good.
So speaking of bad ones, what you got over here on the top, on the up on the screen about
So,
Ubisoft?
are you aware that there is a controversy going around with Assassin's Creed
Assassin's
Shadows?
Creed.
Yeah.
I think maybe I'm aware. I don't know what the controversy is specifically.
Yeah.
Is it
So,
because of Yasuke
yeah, and that's part of it is that Yasuke is
and
a
the
black dude.
and
Like for real,
yes,
historically,
yes,
he is a black
historically that's
man.
correct. I'm aware.
Yep.
Yes, like
If
that.
you
This is so the game itself is historically, as far as an Assassin's Creed game can go, it's historically accurate.
right. Uh,
But I don't. I think people are just having a fucking. Obviously, this is another one of those games where people are crying DEI for no fucking reason.
Yeah, and so one guy I
The
like
woke or
most of the
whatever.
time, Pirate Software. If you're familiar with him at all, anybody.
Nope.
He's a big streamer. He was a video game developer. I agree with a lot of things he says. Sometimes he has some bad takes, but he was streaming to like 10,000 people, and somebody in chat asked him while he was playing this. He's like, is this game woke?" And he goes, "I'm literally a ninja running around murdering people. It's the opposite of woke."
Hmm.
And like if you think having a black dude or a woman in the character in as a character in the game is woke, I don't know what to tell you. That doesn't make any sense to me. And so that's
Hold on,
kind of that's kind
I'm
of
gonna
where
send
this
you
goes
something.
is where this comes from is so what you could do that they didn't like or liked. I'm not really sure. I'm just going to describe it. Is so you there the a lot of environments are destructible in the game. Like you can break doors, you can break windows, you can break furniture, all that kind of crap all over the game. Gamers love it. They love to destroy shit. There was some
Sent you.
controversy. Go
I
ahead.
just sent you a fucking. I just sent you a fucking an image that you should probably
Oh,
look.
I have that'll be included in the next story. Don't worry.
Okay, cool. Anyways,
So
carry on. Sorry to
the
interrupt.
the issue came with that you could destroy like religious sites. You could destroy like shrines and things of that nature. And there was a big deal made. I'm not sure by whomst. if they were woke or anti-woke or whatever, that it was brought up in Japanese parliament or whatever, but it was really in like a subcommittee of a subcommittee of a subcommittee where they were just like, well, I don't think you should do that, but also freedom of speech is pretty important. And that's really all that got mentioned. And so Ubisoft was like, well, you can't destroy religious shrines anymore. And so I'm not sure who won here.
I don't know.
Is that woke or anti-woke? I don't know anymore.
Yes.
Yes, this is the thing. And I know exactly why Ubisoft did what they did, is that they took $1 zillion from Tencent, and if they don't have a year that looks really good on paper, it's going to be bad for them as a company. They're going to lose. They're going to go out of business. So they need to make sure they don't piss anybody off.
I think. Yeah, I think at this point though, Ubisoft is kind of.
I don't think Ubisoft made a bad decision. I want to say that. Like, that's fine. Like, I don't care that they were destructible and then not destructible. I wouldn't have cared if it was the other way around.
It's fine. But what I was trying to say is that Ubisoft has been on its. I feel like they've been on their last legs for some time. Like
a decade.
The previous shit that they released has just been like, they tried releasing that fucking Avatar, not just that, a fucking pirate game. Wasn't that Ubisoft?
Skull and Bones. Oh my god.
Yeah, that one. That was just that quadruple A game.
It was horrible. And I was in the beta for that. It was horrible. So the first rule of piracy, be nice to each other. But also, like, I got it. Like, they were right.
I mean, like, I get it. I get they're trying to.
There was a nice queue for a quest object. We all had to wait to respawn. It's like, oh, where'd the line start? Back there? Okay, thank you. Like, it was nice. Like, don't get me wrong. That's not what I want to play in a video game, especially a quadruple A.
Not a quadruple A pirate themed video game.
I'm not the biggest fan of Assassin's Creed games. I like some of the older ones. This is the first one I've been interested in a long time. I liked Ghost of Tsushima, and this is kind of the same thing. I would have another flavor of that. So,
right.
That kind of brings us to the next story. This is by Aftermath.site. I really like them. You should go check them out. This is by Nathan Grayson, and he said, "Do I really have to cheer for a brand account?" And so kind of where this comes from is, so Hassan Piker he's like us. He's a partisan streamer, broadcaster. He's pretty far left leaning, maybe more far left than we are even. And
yeah, I wouldn't really consider myself partisan. I'm just.
But so he was talking about how he liked Assassin's Creed Shadow, and he was streaming it and everything. And so Musk called him so this fella Grums, he is a rage bait Twitter guy who tweets a lot of misogynistic stuff and is like a Gamergate kind of guy.
Yeah.
Basically implied that Ubisoft was paying Hassan Piker money to say good things about their game. And Elon Musk responded to this well-known...
To that post, because he's got nothing fucking better to do.
Yep, because he's instead of finding...
waste, fraud, and
abuse, he's tweeting about video games on Twitter.
Fraud and abuse.
With well-known rage bait accounts, and he says Hassan is a fraud, and then immediately, as you can see on the screen, says sellout would be more accurate. Objectively, he is promoting a terrible game just for the money. And then the official Assassin's Creed count comes back and says, "Is that what the guy playing your Path of Exile 2 account told you?" And I was like, holy shit.
I get that man a fucking...
I almost just like, my wallet fell out of my hand, and I was like, I'll buy Assassin's Creed right now if you keep dunking on billionaires. So...
Yeah. That was... That was a fucking. I'm not gonna. If I was Elon, I would just quit fucking Twitter.
Yeah. And since then, and even on the break, so when I go out and smoke, that's the only time I'm allowed to look at TikTok. And I get a lot of. There's been a lot of stuff about his daughter, Vivian Jenna
Yeah,
Wilson. Yeah,
yeah.
she's hilarious, by the way. But I highly recommend you check her out. But just talking about how he's a total fraud with gaming and everything like that, like, oh yeah, it makes sense with the things he has said and doesn't know. But it's the Nathan Grayson brings up a good point. It's like, do I really have to cheer for a brand account? And it's like, it's really bad. You really suck when somebody who wants to sell you something has to tell you you suck.
Yeah.
So if you still support Elon Musk at this point, I don't know what you're fucking thinking.
Probably got ketamine just like he is.
Yeah, his brain's full of holes. Ketamine doesn't work like that. You can't do that. It's a horse tranquilizer. It's an animal tranquilizer. Special
It's
K. Don't do
fine.
it. Don't
It's
do it.
fine. It's fine.
The only other gaming news I have, and this is kind of I'm taking a wait and see approach on this one, is Game Informer relaunches with its original staff. Again, this is via aftermath.site, and Riley McLeod is the author. Do you have much experience with the Game Informer magazine or website?
Not particularly. I mean,
You're familiar with
I
it.
remember. I'm familiar with it. I
Sure.
remember. I've read a few other I guess articles and whatnot in the past. I
Sure.
wasn't like I am with most, I guess, media. I don't really follow a lot of that shit
Right.
just because
Because you had healthy relationships with people growing up.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, okay. So once upon a time, I wanted to be a video games journalist. I think that would be the coolest job in the world. So I follow a lot of this kind of stuff. I read all of the video game magazines and websites growing up. And so hearing that Game Informer is coming back, but also with a company, like, I have some notes on this that I have to look at. So the company that bought them from GameStop. Remember, this Game Informer was owned by
It
GameStop,
was the GameStop thing. Yep.
and so when you got your GameStop Premium VIP card, you would get your Game Informer subscription with it. The company is called Gunzilla, like Godzilla, but Gun,
Hmm.
which is a pretty sick name. So good start. However, they did an
There's
NFT.
NFTs.
Yeah, they did a mobile NFT game called Off the Grid, and on the Epic Game Store called Off the Grid. And again, that's not like the end of the
Not the end
world,
of the world, no, but
because that's like, listen,
it's kind of a red flag.
listen, if you're gonna scam a bunch of stupid tech bros out of their money, I'm here for it. But like, if you're gonna scam tech bros out of their money and then use it to revive Game Informer, I'm kind of here for it. And here's why. Because they talked about how journalistic integrity was kind of the number one thing with a bullet that they were trying to promote, and how that the Gunzilla themselves would have really no say in the editorial part of it, and how many of them wouldn't even agree to come back to it unless it was that way. So that gives me a little bit of hope. But I do, Riley McLeod said in the article, and I agree with him, the idea of Game Informer potentially resurrected by crypto money isn't a bit of a bummer. I'm hopeful about the video's assertion of editorial independence and excited by how many staff they've brought back. And I agree. And I'll be totally honest with you. I'm ready to have a magazine video game subscription again. I'm ready to be excited for a magazine. I want something fun to come in the mail. I want something that
I mean,
isn't a
besides the Atlantic,
well, I don't know that I can afford that. That might be a little out of my price range. But I want something that comes in the mail that isn't a fucking bill. That's what I want.
You
yeah.
get comics.
Yeah, you get comics. Yeah, you get comics. We get bills. You get jury summons.
Yeah, that too.
I get things from WSI saying you owe us $250 and shit like that.
Sick.
Yeah, it's great owning a business. It's all bills, just straight up. When Facebook was like, "Oh yeah, some guy just got taken to jail because he was just invoicing us for $2.1 million." Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. Sometimes a bill just comes and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna like. There are really good scams about that shit too. There's really good ones about like domain names. We get that a lot because we own a lot of domain names, but that's neither here nor there. I also played last minute last night. I played Sniper Elite 5. Have you ever played any of the Sniper Elite games, Al?
Have not.
Are you familiar with them at all?
I'm familiar with them.
So if
Yes.
you're not familiar with them, though, they're a sniper game, as the name implies. During World War II, and this is the fifth iteration. And like even after fifth games, like how many freaking like World War II wasn't that long. Like how many games can you make? And this is even in this game, they're like we're cleaning up after the war, like kind of thing. So like okay, they're not gonna make too many more of these, or they're gonna do a spin off. But I played like one and two. I played the shitload of. I think I played a little of three and then just fell off. Never played four. Five was on sale on Steam. I'm like, I'm gonna play that. That'll be fun. And so the big draw of this game is the like sniper kills where when you shoot somebody and it's like a
You call them
critical
bullets.
shot. Yeah, it'll like zoom in and give you an X-ray and like showing their heart explode, and you can like shoot dudes in the nuts and it'll show the bullet like exploding their testicle. And it's hilarious, right? So I originally put Sniper Elite 5 on my 2023 ROG Ally with the Z1 Extreme chip in it. And on high graphics, it ran pretty good. I didn't like the way it felt on the controller, just stock. There were a bunch of settings you could tweak. I just was impatient.
Mhm.
So I put it on my desktop to try out. And I had a great time. I was like, I'm going to shoot these guys in the nuts. That's really funny. And so, like, oh, I got him in the guts. Or, oh, no, I hit him in the leg. Uh, but the story's bad. The voice acting's bad. But, like, everything, the game is just fun. If you can pick up that game for, like, $20, it's
I
really
might.
good. I highly recommend it. It's just again, the stealth in it is really forgiving. They don't care. You can also just shoot everybody. That's what I've been doing.
That's probably what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, you can like leave landmines around and then like you just leave a landmine, clap your hands, and then run around the corner, and a Nazi will run up and just step on it. It's fantastic. Um, so I enjoyed playing that. The only other bit of gaming news is I regret to inform everybody I've been saving up for a character in my waifu game for a few months, and
Oh, you didn't get it.
I didn't get her. The game is
It's
Fate
sad you
Grand
are.
Order, and it's the Sodom's Beast, or the Beast of Sodom, Draco, and I haven't gotten her. And I just had a discussion with my lovely wife, and when I get paid, I'm gonna put some money toward getting this character. And the only reason I'm doing that is we have clairvoyance in Fate Grand Order because Japan is 2 years ahead, and this character has not gotten a single rerun.
Mm.
So we have no idea if and when this character's ever coming back. So
Well,
I'm gonna open my wallet.
Wallet coon.
Yep. But frankly, I'm kind of okay with it. I don't really spend any money on the game otherwise. And I do really think it's good. I like what they're doing. I wish they would rerun Servants a little more. That sucks. But I'll get her one way or another. Even if Credit Card Coon is the one who grants her to me. But I'm not spending any more than outside of my means. I would never do that. I have that addictive ADHD personality, and gambling is super fun. But I work in a card store. I can open a pack anytime I want. So
yeah, you can.
that reminds me, speaking of game stuff, we have Dragon Storm, the Tarkir Dragon Storm is the Magic pre-release that is next Friday. And I was a little worried when they started announcing Final Fantasy, way before they really announced anything from Dragonstorm. And I was like, oh my god, they're going to push this set out to die. But there is so much gas in this set. This is a Magic player set, and I'm excited. This is going to be a good year for Magic, I think. Some of the old heads are going to be a little upset. SpongeBob is in the game. There's nothing you can do about it anymore. It's the Fortnite of card games. That Force of Despair is one of the funniest cards I've ever seen, and nobody can deny that. I'm gonna throw that in our regular memes when I get those hooked up to the when Monkey finally gets me the Dropbox dump of JD Vance memes. I'll throw that one in there too. So it's getting pretty late. Obviously, I'm tired. I haven't had dinner yet either. Monkey's tired.
Yeah.
Did you play soccer this morning?
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Did you win?
I
Is
I
that
don't
not
know.
is that not how it works?
No, I mean I just play pickup.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah, then it doesn't matter. He plays soccer on the mornings because he's hardcore. I don't get up before fucking noon. So he's tired. I'm also tired. Thank you all for being here. I'll get the VODs up soon. I'm really looking forward to Monkey's article. I have another one in the works. The politicians not to vote for, and I'm a big proponent of free student meals. Free student meals is a big deal because it prevents bullying, it raises test scores, it raises student self-esteem. It is a essential part of learning. So I'm a big proponent of that, and I think if people will tell you who they are if they don't care about kids and they don't care about kids' education. So the politicians you shouldn't vote for is a live document now on easyvotend.com. Their suggestions, if you have something to say about it, comments are open. So we're not hard to find. So find us at easyvotend.com. Thank you, Al, for being here so late and putting on a great show. I think we're finally getting the format down. So let's do another great show next week. Hope to see you guys then. So have a great night.
have a good one.